Welcome back to this two-part series on my 6-day ride around central and western Victoria. Part 1 was the 3 days closest to Melbourne around central goldfields. Part 2, this video, is around the Murray Sunset National Park, the big desert. Sit back and enjoy the ride.
Got away before the sun got up today because we've got a fair few Ks to do, about 460 to do today, but I think it'll be pretty open, so it should be doable.
460 k's is a long way, but it was really only the last 100 or so that had me a little bit concerned. Leaving St Arnaud, the first stop was Lake Tyrrell, a couple of hours away, then around to Oyen for lunch, then through the Murray Sunset National Park, Sunset Track, and down into Pinaroo.
It's dusty back there. This is Lake Tyrrell. Salt Lake.
Near the town of Sea Lake, Lake Tyrrell is Victoria's largest salt lake, covering over 50,000 acres. If you look at a map, you'll see a road does follow the eastern shore. However, after about 10 kilometres, it just ends at a fence marked private property. So we had to do a bit of backtracking. I've cleaned up the GPX track, which leaves just a short piece of the southern part around the lake. You could also try heading west after the viewing platform and make your way across to Oyen rather than going way out east around like we did.
Nope, dead end. Okay. Let's try this one. I'm leaving Oyen, so we're into the Murray Sunset National Park this afternoon. We've got 180 kilometres to go for the day. It's going to be a pretty long afternoon, I would say. I'd say we're looking at least 3 hours, possibly 4, so it's going to be a bit of a late finish. Into the sand.
Sand?
Sand. That very first corner I nearly caught it.
Yeah.
It's pretty soft route. It'll all come back, Pete.
Yeah, it'll, like riding a bike.
We did about 40 kilometres on Honeymoon Hut track, and it was a pretty good mix of sand, some soft stuff but nothing too challenging, and then some more hard packed sand or almost clay-like. But it was the next 40 k's on Sunset Track that was the hard part.
Sunset Track. Into the sunset.
I hope we're out of there before sunsets.
Yeah. Things are going wrong if we're not.
Stop. Stuffed.
Pretty deep.
I reckon. Let's keep on going.
Keep going.
If it looks like we're doing it hard, well, we kind of are. But in our defence, we hadn't ridden sand for a couple of years and neither of us had put our tyre pressures down, so we were still running 20 or low 20s.
I reckon it's about 10, maybe it's about 10 Ks. Maybe not even, maybe only about 8 Ks on soft sand.
It was a long 8 Ks, put it that way.
Well, that's the end of Sunset Track. And if it wasn't obvious, that's tricky. It's a challenge. Hooroo from Pinaroo. Morning folks, day 4, leaving Pinaroo, heading to Rainbow. 230 kilometres today through the big desert. It's going to be a lot of sand tracks today. This is tracks that my brother has done before, and apparently a lot of fun.
Doesn't look far on a map, but this 230 k's took us 8 hours. From Pinaroo, you head down the border, then along the firebreak track for a fair way. When you turn south, there's a variety of tracks passing through campsites and even a couple of lookouts on some of the huge dunes. Second half of the day is along Nomad Rock track, which eventually gives way to farmland and into the town of Rainbow.
What are you going to put in them?
There's 12 in the front.
Yep.
I'll do 15 in the back.
Yep.
Quite a scenic part of the trip this. You've got the farmland on one side and the bush on the other. The sand itself is pretty good until you get to any of the intersections where there's wheel ruts everywhere and it is chopped up.
Oh, come on. I'm behind Pete at the moment. He's been mostly in the left-hand wheel rut. And the difference between riding in his wheel rut and this side, where there's been no bike, is huge.
And that really was the theme for the next 2 days. Follow the car tracks if you can.
This is Nomad Rock track. Just follow this one wheel track entire way. Nomad Rock. A landmark. Pete scaled the rock. Dang it. I'm up. Lookout dune. It's definitely a lookout. There's the track we came in on. That was good.
Excellent.
Long track.
Yeah, long hole.
65 k's. Pretty challenging day. Was some patches were great, some were really soft and deep. Just kind of constant. The 230 for the day, probably 200 of that is in the sand. So it's been a lot. Good challenge though. Anyway, Rainbow tonight. Well earned beer.
The beer did have to wait a little while because the only petrol station in town had, you guessed it, no petrol. Had to do an hour and a half trip down to the next town your parrot and do a bit of juggling of fuel.
Leaving Rainbow this morning. 3 degrees when we woke up.
From Rainbow we were back along the very southern edge of the Big Desert, down to Canova, through to Dimboola. After Dimboola, it's just a bunch of back roads all the way back across to St Arnaud.
Nice little track. Just out from Rainbow. Early morning kangas. This is netting fence track. The sandy bits, and there's clay bits. The sand is just pretty good. It's not terribly soft.
20 minutes later.
Still on netting fence track. I don't know. I don't think I'd do this track again. Just kind of bored with it. Driving on this for like 20 k's or something. This slashed track. Pink Lake, Dimboola. It's kind of, well, it's definitely pink. It's not like bright pink or anything though. Unless I can make it pink. Pretty cool. Bit of a summary of the day. Wow, it's a big day. We left Rainbow this morning. Freezing cold. And skirted the bottom of the Big Desert part. Yeah, probably gives that a bit of a miss, but did it. After Dimboola, we had about an hour or so of just transit section. Yes, there's farm roads, there's gravel roads, which I've done before, but in the interest of just time, just get it done. Sit on the bitumen for an hour, knock over 100 k's, get back into the good stuff like this. Great tracks, great ride, fantastic 6 days on the bikes. Saw a bunch of Victoria I haven't seen before. Thanks for watching. I hope you got something out of it. If you want this GPX track, it'll be linked down below and you will not be disappointed, I guarantee. This has been a fantastic ride. Anyway, thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one. Bye for now.